What is good, people? It is the KOA podcast. I am Sasuke the Savage. He is everything animated. What is good with you folks tonight?
Hello, hello, hello. We are here another week, another new set of anime shows to talk about. But it seems that we're down one, RIP Togen Anki, and then there was 5. So there's a couple of Killer Pass episodes tonight. Let me just double check here. Sakamoto Days is one of them, and so is the newest Dandadan episode. So let's see what their fates are tonight.
Yeah. Will they join Togen Anki, or will they stay in a rotation? I know everybody is nervous right now.
Everybody's just chomping at the bit. Just go.
Yeah, we might be on the kill streak. But
yes, we've had enough of these damn animes.
Listen, I'm not even gonna bother with the news jingle thing. You can play it if you want to, because I'm just gonna give you bad news. I'm just letting you know.
Then I'll change the lyrics just for this. We got something that's gonna make you depressed. Now let's get ready for the KOA. It's miracle. Thank you once again, there, Mary. It's not a miracle today. Sasuke, take it away.
I watched a movie that was hailed as one of the worst movies, not only of this year, but of all time. And that movie is War of the Worlds, starring Ice Cube. It's an adaptation from a beloved sci-fi book. It's had many adaptations, and this is the recent one. And I watched it last night on stream.
I couldn't believe it.
And I can say without a sliver of doubt that this is in fact a movie. And it's got to be one of the worst. If it's not the worst or top 10, whatever it may be, however you want to shuffle it, there's a lot of movies that have, that are in the world. But this was among one of the worst ones. I think it failed on every level, and that's what made it bad. It wasn't just, because you get bad thing, you get bad acting, bad CGI, bad dialogue, the script just seemed shaky. I think everything about this movie was bad. Everything. Yeah. Ice Cube didn't give a fuck. It just felt like he knew, because if people don't know,
send him home.
Send your galactic ass back home. If people don't know the story behind that movie, they shot it during pandemic 2020. So
I was right. I was joking.
It's a pandemic movie. Yeah, it's a pandemic movie.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Because if you watch the movie, it's almost entirely set with Ice Cube standing in front of a computer behind a green screen. That is a majority of where the movie takes place. You're not really seeing many backdrops, like actual nature or anything of the sort, any sets. No, you just see Ice Cube in a room reacting to people getting murdered, destruction, and most of the times, if not every time, the only ounce of energy he can muster is, like he astutely pointed out, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the height of his energy was not when his daughter was dying, his pregnant daughter, with something in her leg, and he thought like his son got blown up or something. It was when his Facebook got deleted. That's not a lie. That's a real thing that happened in the movie.
His reaction when his son supposedly died was, damn. And then his reaction to his wife's Facebook getting deleted was, fuck.
Yes.
That movie,
he was upset over it.
I would suggest people watch it. Just it is a bad movie. but their value in bad movies, I think they make you appreciate quality. And in general, I think it will be a fun time. I would suggest people go into this movie with friends, or drunk. That'll work. Anything. Of course, don't overindulge. But that movie is worth watching because it's that bad, and it's fun bad. It's not bad where it's boring, put you to sleep. It's bad, and it'll just genuinely make you go, "What went into the decision making here?"
For sure. Yeah, I definitely agree. I would never, ever would have watched this movie, but I saw Sasuke went live late the other day, and as soon as I went in there, the very first thing I said, "You are not watching this movie."
You know what's funny? That's the first movie I watched from this year.
So many better movies.
I've not watched a single movie this year, but that's the first thing I watched.
What a way to go. What a way to start it. First movie of 2025, the 2025 version of War of the Worlds. Oh, yeah. It's definitely a legendary freaking, story and, live broadcast that made a bunch of people kill themselves because they thought it was really happening in the 1930s and 40s or wherever it was. You ever seen the Steven Spielberg one with Tom Cruise?
No.
That one, I feel like, is good, but it definitely it has its faults. Like, it has great, really amazing special effects. The tripods look great. Everything about it was cool, but the kids are annoying. They spent too much time underground with that Tim Robbins character, and I don't know. I feel like it could have been way better. They definitely captured how people would do in mass hysteria during an alien invasion. Like, I feel like no movie's done better since that. But yeah, definitely watch it with a group of people. And yeah, apparently this was a pandemic movie. I had no idea. I was just saying that because it looked like why would they even release it
to advertise Amazon?
I mean, yes. Everything in that movie is literally an Amazon sponsor. This woman's dying with bleeding to death through her leg, and what saves her life? You would think, oh, maybe it's like a towel or like something to Amazon tape.
Amazon tape that actually happened.
The Amazon tape, they had Amazon Super Prime or whatever it was called, and they would fly shit through a drone. It was an advertisement for Amazon. I'm like, no.
Prime Air. And
Scooby.
and there was a moment in the movie. I know we're spoiling it.
Oh, but no. Who cares?
There's a moment in the movie where the drone,
this is probably the worst part,
is flipped upside down, and there's like a homeless guy next to it, and they hack into his phone and tell him, "Yo, can you flip the drone?" And he's like, "No," because of course he's scared. I don't understand why he would just respond to someone without asking like who they are or whatever. But
who the fuck is this?
Yeah, but they basically bribe. At first, they bribe him with, or they try to goal him into doing it by saying, "Oh, we'll give you free internet for a year." Mind you, this moment in a story, or making sure the drone gets to the location, is literally the thing that will save humanity. And the most they can muster is free internet for a year. And then he just says, "No, what if the government is tracking me?" I don't know why he would be that concerned about that. Because, I mean, if you got a phone, you're probably getting tracked. So,
right.
He says no. And then they say, "What about a $1,000 Amazon gift card?" And no joke, he didn't even text back. He just did it immediately. As soon as he saw that, he said, went into action. I said, "Wow, this is so shameless."
That was horrible. This is a homeless guy. How about, and I agree with what you said last night, how about give this man a home? If he saves humanity, this guy deserves at least a home on a hill away from civilization and set for the rest of his life. This is what that man should have. But no, this man now is going to have maybe internet for a year, but definitely $1,000 gift card to use on shit.
Yeah, what is going to spend? $1,000 is not a lot of money.
Not really, when you think of it in the grand scheme of things.
Oh man, but
Also, hello, Decrepit Storm.
yes,
Hey,
what is good, Decrepit Storm. But yeah, that movie is definitely worth the watch. It is an hour 30 minutes. God, it was so bad. The ending of it had this shot of all the family together, and it is obviously photoshopped. They couldn't even bother to get the actors together. I know this is pandemic time. I get it. But it didn't even look believable. As soon as I saw it, I said, this is obviously photoshopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what is this?
There's a lot of good parts of the movie, and I say good with quotations, but the part where Starfire died has to be the thing that pissed my pants. He's just fucking dying. His friends died, by the way, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, he did not care. And then he reroute. What did he say? He rerouted his IP
VPN or something.
Yeah. Basically, because they were targeting where he was hacking it from, and he was like, "I rerouted my shit," and I went, "Wait," because they destroyed his home, which is Ice Cube's home, and I went, "Wait, if you could reroute your IP address, why would you give them your actual home address? If you could reroute it to anywhere, why not just, I don't know, choose a desolate location? I don't know."
This was the worst hackers in any movie I've ever seen. They apparently were in the shadows. They were like anonymous or whatever, but they were so shit that they got themselves killed, except for one. Yeah. Also, I haven't seen this guy in a long time. Hello, liquor in the front, poker in the back, or in the rear. It's been a minute. How are you?
I feel like I haven't seen that name since the Sunny Boy days.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Hope you're doing well.
But yeah, that's about it for this movie. And better news. So talked about it last podcast, but it is confirmed Akane Banashi is getting an anime.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I talked about it getting this domain, and that's usually a good indication that's going to get an anime. But yet, it is confirmed. The studio was a studio I have never seen, and they have a PV out for it. The studio is Zex. It is spelled Z.
I feel like I've heard of that.
ZEXCS.
I've definitely heard of that.
I have no idea how to say this.
It's probably Zexix. That sort of sounds right.
Mm.
But I've heard of them. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched a single anime by these guys, but that is the studio. I'm hoping that it ends up being good. Of course, I am an enjoyer of Akane Banashi. I think people should give it a read if they haven't read it, especially if you're a fan. Especially if you were a fan of Act Age or any like performing arts manga, because that's what it's all about. Rakugo. It really, it really lets you. It really illustrates these old stories through just singular expression by the performer. It's super interesting. It'll make you more intrigued with Rakugo if you're not already familiar with it. And
there was an anime that came out in like the mid 2010s that it had to do with Rakugo. That was pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I would definitely suggest people give that a try, or wait for the anime because it's going to air next year, 2026.
Nice, very nice, very nice. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's a slow news week, so that is it for the KOA news.
Wait a minute. Apparently,
we got a bulletin.
Apparently, Made in Abyss is supposed to get a movie into next year. Another movie, an anime movie series.
You know, I can get behind that. I do love me some Made in Abyss, even though it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Looker in the front said, time zone issues. I'm good, guys. Good to finally catch a stream. Good to have you watching us. Good to have you watching us.
But now that is about all I have for the news.
Boo 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 boo.
So, yay, we got a lot to talk about. Most of it concerns romance. So, the first anime that we're going to talk about tonight is none other than My Dress Up Darling season 2, episode, what are we on? 5?
Yes, and this is apparently the puppet show episode.
Yeah, it feels like this show just keeps trying to do like weird animation stuff. They're just like, hey, I mean, we got a lot of money.
They didn't write. They're just blowing it on dumb shit at this point. Because not only did they do a puppet show part, they probably copy and pasted a manga panel from the actual manga and put it in the actual show. And right there, I was just like, that's cool. Kind of fourth wall breaking.
Yeah. I can't, this anime has been pretty great when it comes to adapting the manga. Like I'm always going to compare it when I'm watching an anime of something that I read already. And I think this has been an example of how you do it. We've had some good anime adaptations, but I think this one is one where people will probably say the anime is better than the manga. I mean, I feel like I'm getting around that point now.
I mean, they're just going all out this season. It just looks so good. And, it makes no sense why they just did that random puppet thing at the beginning, because what purpose did it serve? Like,
I have no
what were they
idea.
even talking about? Because to be honest, I don't even remember what they were saying. I just was taking it back because I was just like, they're wait, what? Why are they puppets? I don't even remember what they were talking about. I think they were talking about those dolls and how they paint them and stuff, but then it just turned into that. I'm like, okay, yeah. You're cool.
The Hina doll.
You're so fucking cool that okay, you know what? That's probably it. Hina dolls, and then they were also puppets and dolls themselves. Or maybe it's paying tribute to a kids show. I don't know. It's probably something Japan related.
Yeah. The Crepper Store said people can't complain about the manga being better if they just show the manga and the anime.
It's true.
So
they give little praise to it like that. It's like, dude, they didn't adapt it right. Yes, they did. Look, it's on the screen for notes.
So we had Maureen cook this time, which came to the horror of Gojo, who was just absolutely frightened.
Yeah, he was terrified the whole morning. Like, he was working on Maureen's cosplay, and then she's like, I decided to make you something. He's like, shit. Because we remember what that was, the amu rice and everything, and it wasn't perfect. It had love and charm, but it was yeah.
Maureen's thing isn't the fact that she can't cook. She's
what she cooks.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's always like really heavy foods, and it's always going to be like chicken or something like that. So, and because she eats a lot, which her metabolism must be high as hell, because for her to be a model and to eat like that is kind of insane.
Yeah. Who eats more, Maureen or Kaoru?
Right now, Maureen, because we haven't seen Kaoru eat more than just like sweets. Because I feel like it's easier to eat sweets than it is to eat what Maureen has been eating.
Yeah, that is true. So, but to to Gojo's surprise, it was some kind of like spam rice roll looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, "Oh, this looks good." It's not. He thanked her for it. It's like this isn't. This is what I thought it would be. Thank you. But then he takes it and he's like, "This is a little heavy.
Yeah.
This is wait. This is a fucking brick in my hand that I'm about to eat."
Yeah, she was just stuffing it with a whole bunch of chicken and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we see Maureen actually well, not yet, but we see Maureen try to prepare to cosplay as Rei, the character from that one anime that she's using as a basis for the cross-dresser thing.
Basically Oron High School in a way.
Yeah. So she's role playing as Rei, and she just decides to seduce Gojo, which is hilarious. Basically they had him be the Gojo, that is, be the dainty princess, and her to be the charming or the Prince Charming. That was pretty funny.
He's just like, oh, taking it back, and then her friend is on the other side of him, and he's just in the middle of all this going, why me, God? Why me? Why am I the one that has... I just want to make this damn suit. I don't I don't want to be in the middle of this when they're both going, Gojo, Gojo, Gojo. And then, yeah, he gets the jealous stares because they're giving him all that attention.
Yeah. But this is what makes Maureen a good cosplayer. It's not just the fact that her costumes look good. It has to do with her personality, which that's something we'll talk a little bit more about. But she kind of sells the idea or the character. She gets into the character. She doesn't just wear the costume and she's just Maureen. She has literally said she wanted to become Shizuku when she got in that cosplay. So, yeah.
No, she's a method actor, so to speak. She becomes that person. She's like, it's one thing to definitely like look like a certain character, but another thing altogether is to literally just, now I'm a girl acting like a man.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another part of the show too, is that if you really want to knock the judges off their shoes, because this is essentially you have to impress the judges, you have to learn how to not do so feminine things, but more masculine if you want to be more believable. And I was like, well, there was just some things they pointed out. Us guys, we do love to sit with our legs spread apart, man spreading, so to speak, while the girls have it closed for obvious reasons. We can't sit like that. It's hard.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is very interesting.
Before we go any further, Liquor said where C is not going to be with us this season. We're hoping to get him back next season.
Hopefully so.
Yeah. Crepper Storm said Maureen became Tina from Rock is a Lady's Modesty. Basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's right. She did do that. And, well, she didn't have the flock of ladies that Tina did, but Maureen at least won over Gojo, because Gojo's an easy peg. He sees Maureen in a bunny outfit, and he's just like, I need a minute. I just need to go in the corner and handle my business.
At the very least, I do like that about the show. They don't try to act like he doesn't have sexual urges. They don't do the whole.
He's a teenage boy.
Yeah, because he still isn't going to be. He's going to be passive with it and not like pursue it or anything like that. He's a good kid, but
yeah.
He feels what he feels. He's a man at the end of the day. So,
he saw Maureen in her underwear and was just like, "Nope." Opens it up again, sees her in the bunny outfit. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
So the big thing in this episode was Gojo trying to figure out how exactly to make Maureen look more masculine. How can they sell this Rei character more than just having a costume and, have Maureen do her whole get in the character thing. And this is where he used Amane as a reference, because he looked at Amane and went, when we first saw him, we all thought he was a girl. And it's more than just the makeup and the costume. It was how he was acting, which really sold the character. So he figures what he needs to do is to get Maureen to model as like a cool guy. And he finally does something which he's been hesitant to do, which is to ask for help, because he has a classmate who he figures is a good model for Maureen to try to adopt stances and certain looks to get the masculine thing down. And he's like, yo, can you help me just kind of stand over there and let her mimic you? And he ended up doing that. But I think the bigger thing was what happened at the end, like the very end of the episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, about the guy who was like covering his whole face and everything, talking about how he felt embarrassed about feeling a certain way towards a show or an anime. Is this an anime or a show?
It's an anime.
I can never tell because it is an anime, so you don't know if they're watching another anime. But okay, so it's an anime. And yeah, Gojo, who he's growing a lot from this too, from other people, where, he would have just kept to himself probably in the first season, said, there's nothing wrong feeling that way about that. You like what you like. And that's when the guy was just like, he removed his hooded cloak and took his, you're right. I love this shit. This is the best thing ever. And I don't give a fuck who knows. And I think that's a great message all around, because it's like, is it geared towards girls? Yeah, probably. But that doesn't mean guys, straight guys, whatever, can't like it and just enjoy it for what it is. Because there's just so many animes that we've watched. I mean, I probably would have never have admitted this a long time ago to any fucking buddy when I was like, yeah, I kind of have a thing for Love Live. That's something I never would have said ever in my life. But now I just feel comfortable saying it. And also, I don't care. You like what you like.
I may be wrong, but I think Kaoru Hana is Kaoru Hana a shoujo? Let me.
I thought I don't know if we looked this up or not.
I think we did. I think it actually might be a shonen. It kind of has that shoujo feel to it, but I can see it not being one.
Storm says, I think they said it's a manga/anime, but there's a drama based on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. On this fake show for this fake character.
But yeah, it's a full circle moment for Gojo asking for help and helping somebody get through their embarrassment for something that they perceive as girly, when that's the same thing he went through with the Hina doll making. So now
that one girl,
yeah,
that one girl will forever haunt his dream.
Little shit. You gotta get
boys don't make girl dolls.
I was watching Madoka Magica on stream just recently.
Did you see that part?
Yeah, that was actually the episode, because that's episode 2. I stopped at episode 3.
Oh, great. Yeah, I love how that came full circle. Marin does her thing, trying to pay it forward, so to speak. She means well, even though she kind of really isn't good. Well, not to say that she's not good. She tries. Bless her heart, as they would say in tech. Bless your heart. Gojo's like putting in all these buttons and making the suit look authentic and kind of like making it all fit all nice and whatnot. Marin's just like, I'll, because I think Gojo had to go like help with something. And then that's when Marin was just like, I'll stay behind. And she just kind of like tiptoes and she does something. I just love that whole exchange, because it seemed so like that's exactly how teenagers would like react in front of one another. Just essentially I did something. You don't have to look at it. I'll fix it when I get back. And they just kind of like pause for an awkward pause for a moment. And they're just like, okay, well, see you later.
Yeah.
Just steps away and then leaves. And she's just doing the chant. Yeah, let's go, let's go. And he just looks at it and goes, all he can do is just smile and just,
She fucking sucks.
she sucks so much ass. not as bad as War of the Worlds, but damn. I'm going to have to fit up. Bless her heart.
But it was like 100 to 200. It was like 100 to 200. Because Maureen thought the number was like
10.
Yeah, 10. And they were like, oh no, we would not be
10?
making any money.
You stupid woman. Of course it's not 10. We wouldn't make any money if it was a 10. Come on.
Yeah. But which is it just goes to show you like how hard working they are. Cause we see Gojo do the cosplay stuff all the time, but he's still doing the Hina doll thing when he goes home. So
which is crazy.
Yeah, he's always working.
He just busts his ass and he doesn't get a dime.
Yeah. But
that's some child labor laws for you.
I think that's about it. We're gearing more towards the contest.
The festival.
The festival.
Oh, this is a season of romance, but also a season of festivals.
Always iconic. Always got to have the culture festivals. But yeah, we're almost there. But yeah, I think that about does it for episode 5 of My Dress with Darling.
Pretty solid. I mean, it went by really quick. There was a lot of really calm and slow parts in it.
Oh no. My OBS cut out. Hold on. We're coming back.
Okay.
I think we're back now.
Let me see. Decrepit Storm said when one of the other guys said he watched it, but he wasn't holding on the remote, they showed his family Heresy, and it had him and his dad below the dog. Maybe I read that wrong. I said Heresy.
Okay, yeah, we're back.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. I don't think we left, but we did cut out for a bit if you guys didn't notice. So
yeah,
if you didn't, great. If you did, that's why.
It's not raining anymore, but it was storming earlier, so I was a little worried. It is. I'm telling you, when I stream, it is just like a lightning rod for the weather to just. It's like the okay for God to go. All right, make it rain down there.
Time to rain. Downpour on Satsuki's house, on only his house.
Yeah, it just got like a moving cartoon cloud just moving.
Sheesh.
Yes, the Cripple Store say you cut out, but you're back. Yeah, we should be good now. All right, so moving on to the next show, we are talking about none other than Sakamoto Days, episode 15. This is our kill or pass week. Yay.
Yeah.
Do you feel bad?
Do I feel bad?
Do you
about
feel
what?
Do you feel bad because of Apart's backstory? Do you feel sympathetic?
No.
What?
The one thing I learned about Apart's backstory is that he was named Apart as a kid.
Yeah, it's not a nickname.
It's not a nickname. That's his legitimate name, which made me think, does that mean Minimalist, Dump, and Saw was their real name too?
Maybe.
I don't understand why this particular character got a backstory while everybody else had like Minimalist didn't even have one. Saw was just like, this is me, a great ending, dead. Dump had a kind of a backstory, and then Minimalist had no backstory whatsoever. He just was there. But then Apart gets a full-on epilogue of just his childhood life, and the only thing I learned from his childhood is, one, he was actually named Apart, and two, he's just crazy, and his dad cared about him, but then really, he started doing some sick serial killer shit when he started killing pets, because that's how they say it starts.
Mhm.
When they started killing pets and just take it, they'll move on to humans. Oh, uh,
I,
weird.
I sometimes I just love anime backstories when the parents are just complete assholes, and it's cranked up to a astronomical level, because what really set things off wasn't even exactly him not being able to make friends. I mean, that was a trigger for sure. But I think what made it exponentially worse is his mom just literally ignoring him.
What a great parent.
She just reading shit, just like there was literally another scene where she just walked past him. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why did you have sex with this woman?
Seriously. And the dad seemed like he was the only one that gave a shit. And then he kind of like had a meltdown at the doctor's office, which I understand. But then a part went to the extreme measure of killing his dad with a pair of scissors. And then we found out his whole how he loves to learn about people by tearing them apart. Because then he killed his dad so much to where he could see his brain and go, "Oh, your brain's the same as mine, Dad. I guess we're not so different." Yeah, okay.
He just wanted kinship, EA. That's it.
I feel like this guy was just never should have been in society to begin with. He's just awkward. He tried to make friends. He seemed fine at the beginning. Then he just, like I said, just out of nowhere is just like, "Oh, these friends or these people are bullying me. I know. I'm going to take this cat and I'm just going to rip it apart." Because that's what a normal person would do.
Yeah.
That's what a normal. And then the kid has the audacity to say, "You think I was born a monster?" Well, I mean, your dad showed real grace and was really nice to you. So where did that monster come from? I don't know. I guess it just begs the question, the whole nature versus nurture thing. And are people inherently born evil if we don't give them guidance?
Yeah. I mean, they definitely show the negligence with the mom, and again, the bully thing being a trigger. Obviously is extreme, because I don't think that's a normal reaction to anything that happened, but that's neither here nor there. The Grandpa Storm said, "She's our bundle of joy. Let's name her Dump."
Oh my god.
It's even funnier when you think like two parents agreed on it, like they both just get Dump.
Apart. Oh, Dump. Yeah, Dump. That works. She's never going to be made fun of at all for that name. We're going to love her. She's going to be so popular.
I mean, apparently nobody cared that her name was Dump. So
I can't believe I still can't believe that was her fucking name. When you told me that was her name last season at the very end, because it didn't even show their names. Because I was like interested. I was like, "Ooh, who are these characters?" And you were like, "Don't bother. They won't last long." And I was like, "Why? What about her? She seems like your type." No, she has the worst name. What's her name? You will never guess. Dump. And I went, "Dump?
Dump.
That's really her name?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, good Sasuke impression. That sounds like me. So Sakamoto and Apart are fighting. They're continuing their fight, and Sakamoto's giving them a lecture, telling them killing people is bad, and Apart's like, "What?
It was bad.
But
Okay.
killing people is how I connect with people." And Sakamoto's like, "Whoa, that's crazy. What are you doing?" And then that's when
Why won't you let me like you?
Yeah, it's a Gyaru. But that's when Takamura comes up. He just arrives at the tower from his taxi, fucking cuts the tower, leaves, says nothing. Literally just cuts the tower, says nothing, and then leaves.
And then the taxi driver was like, You already go to the bathroom, old man? Yeah, just keep driving. I'm ready to go.
I think he went to sleep as soon as he went to the cab. He just went.
Look at that. Yeah, that was all the expense of his energy that he had for the day. Take me back to. Yeah, but I did notice in that scene when all this stuff was happening, I don't know if it's the universe or if it was just people in general. They don't seem to be terrified of a tower literally falling down.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that and was just like, because their reactions were like, "Huh, that building seems to be slowly falling down."
Yeah. I mean, the people inside were reacting, except for the kids who were thinking it was like some ride or something.
They were thinking it was this motherfucker.
But yeah, the people outside just was kind of just like, oh. Nobody was terrified. Nobody was screaming. Nobody was really panicked. That was weird. I got nothing to say about that. But yeah. So Sakamoto, after the Takamura thing, kind of gets the upper hand on the part and just starts wailing on him pretty much, and ends up capturing him and bringing him back to not his store, but he brings him back to the medical lady. What is her name? Healer girl from My Hero. No, what is her name? It's something very simple. It's like
Sue.
No, it's like it might be. It might actually be Healer Girl or something like it. It might actually be that. It's something very simple.
Yeah. So, Apart's real lucky to not die. Everybody else dies except for him.
Recovery Girl.
Recover. Okay, we were almost there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like he doesn't die. He lives, and they're talking to him like normal, which I'm just like, motherfucker's crazy. Why are you treating him like he didn't just threaten to kill all of you and was in jail for murdering people? This man escaped jail. But they're just like, we gotta do best friend, and he's called apart. I mean, doesn't roll off the tongue.
It worked. I get it though, because given their backgrounds, with the exception of Lou, because Lou is probably the most normal out of them, because she's just a daughter of a mafia family. But both Shin and Sakamoto are former assassins, so it's kind of I think they were not being sympathetic because he's a completely different person. He's not murdering for hire. He's kind of murdering for sport. But they had him captured at that point. Sakamoto's not the type to, I mean, the Sakamoto we know at least isn't the type to just mercilessly kill somebody. They wanted information out of him, so they treated him with respect, and that's what he was craving. That's what he needed, because at first he was hesitant, but he kind of turned around after he was seeing that they're pretty genuine. Like, it was crazy too, because Lou was so comfortable that she just went to sleep. And I would not go to sleep around this guy. I don't care what the vibes are. But
seriously.
Yeah, they always, the Sakamoto family always has that really positive vibes environment wherever they go.
Yeah, they made everything all better. They treated him like a person, and now Apart's like, this is what real friendship means. Oh my god. But something tells me Apart's gonna die, so we won't be seeing him for that long.
Well,
I mean, this is a person that was evil turned good. I don't know. I don't see him lasting long. If all of his other cronies died, he's next on the chopping block, no pun intended.
Could be. But the big thing that we get from him, because he ends up snitching on Kashima, who he overheard his conversation with Slur, And we learned that Slur was using the inmates as decoys so that he
It was all a
could,
ruse.
yeah, and take that, or basically pull the order away from Ja so that he could infiltrate the building and kill, or seemingly wipe out the entire organization. Because what they shown are that the assassins of Ja aren't just self-sufficient. They need this organization to do certain things for them. The cleanup, the information. Like, this is a hub for them to get everything they need. Like, these guys, of course, can do their job, their assassin job on their own, but they get a lot of support from the organization of Ja. I mean, they are Ja members. So destroying this association would be a big blow to all the assassins across Japan, because this is even though this is just a branch of it, this is what they rely on for a lot of things. I'm pretty sure they also get their gear, like their actual weapons, from the association.
They're gonna have no more cleanup crew after everybody's dead. But those two are done. Slur and One Punch Man, I guess. I mean, essentially, that's
Gaku.
what he did. Just Gaku. Should have known that. Sounds like Goku. Literally just punches right through a dude, and the guy was like, "What?" and then dies. First of all, just kill the guy. Don't say you're going to kill him. Well, since you're trespassing, I'm going to kill you. And then just gets punched to death.
It's part of protocol. Yeah, he has to follow the rules.
I guess. And look where that got him.
I mean, these two pulled up on a bike. I don't know what is going on with this show, but nobody wants to ride anywhere conventionally. Like, we had an episode where the Order was driving in a van that had the roof cut off. We had Takamura this episode pull up to the tower in a taxi, and now two of the big bad villains of this show are just pulling up in a bicycle. Like, next we're going to get like Scooter. I don't know.
Right, we're gonna have a Scooter, or remember Razors with just the little push ones.
Yeah, we already had a Scooter. We already had a Scooter.
When?
It wasn't this season. It was last season. Remember when? Remember the scene where they were fighting the invisible guy on the road?
Okay, that was
it was a motorcycle, and then it was a Scooter too.
Yeah, God, I remember Razors though.
Yeah,
those were big back in the day. Just almost kind of like a skateboard with handlebars.
Hurt your fucking shin if you hit it on it.
Oh fuck! You just like spin it once and then oh.
Yep.
Oh, that was the worst feeling. I could feel it now. I remember that pain. It's the worst.
The Crepa store said, but in Sakamoto days, they don't they just call her grandma half the time? I think so. I wrote her name. No, you know what it is? I wrote her name in the notes and not the characters to remember section. I think that was the issue. They're not bad guys. They even went around to look for a bicycle parking spot. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't even leave it out on the sidewalk or anything. They're like, "Oh, there's parking in the back over there. You know what? Let's go ahead and park it over there."
Yeah.
Be sure to lock it up. You're right. There's a lot of shady people around this area.
The big thing though is Slur being a part of Ja, because he knew the whole deal with this with this association. So he is a Ja assassin, or was a Ja assassin. So we don't know the deal with him. He's still very much shrouded in mystery. But now we have them infiltrating the association and Sakamoto wanting to stop them. And I don't know if he's going to go by himself, or if he's going to try to inform the Order, like inform Nagumo or one of them. But that's what we're dealing with now.
If he was smart, he would bring everybody. I mean, I could already see how this is going to play out. It's going to be a bloodbath. Slur and Gaku are going to rip through these people like a hot knife through butter. Literally just because, let's face it, there's going to be a couple of people that are going to probably think that they're hot stuff. But ultimately, this is going to show how strong Slur and Gaku are and showcase their power and how much of a threat they are to this organization. And, Sakamoto is going to come, hopefully not by himself. Because, I mean, as much as I love Sakamoto and I believe he could do it, Slur seems like a tier villain. I don't think he's going to beat him the next episode. I don't think, unless for some reason Slur's like, there's another boss ahead of me, and his name is whatever. So, I think that's what's going to happen. I love how Slur, even though he hadn't been to Jaw in a while, he's just like, ooh, I'm so nervous.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to be seeing all my friends.
The way he described Gaku described it as like getting a new haircut and going to school or something. I was like,
I know that feeling.
I was like, yeah, that was actually a good way to visualize that. So that was a good analogy. But
yeah,
that was about the episode. The only thing that happened was after the credits where everybody was hanging out with Heisuke, showing how lovable he is. So,
just like the damn show, everybody loves Heisuke.
Everybody loves. That doesn't work. Too many syllables.
What does freaking Heisuke got that everybody else doesn't have? Because Heisuke was hanging out with Lou, was hanging out with Sakamoto's kids. Heck, was even hanging out with Shin with hunting, and I'm just like, what does this man do? I mean, I know he doesn't work and he just cries over pork buns and begs you to give him some. So I guess I just answered my own question. He just doesn't work.
And he has a lot of energy, so I'm pretty sure that would be infectious.
Yeah, he was throwing that kid up like nothing. Fling! And then the mother was just like, so precious, so cute. I'd be a little more concerned. Please don't drop my daughter or throw her 100 feet in the air.
Well, if he dropped her, he's dead.
Oh, for sure.
She'll probably just tell Sakamoto, hey, about that no killing thing, I'll look the other way today.
Just for today.
Yeah.
For my daughter, I'm turning the other cheek.
Yeah. But
well, this is a Killer Pass episode.
So
I think this is kind of easy for me, to be honest. I've been having fun watching this series. I've been enjoying myself. This is an easy pass for me.
Same for me. I don't think there's going to be any point where we kill it, unless it just unless it does the Ranger reject thing and just goes to shit. Yeah, we haven't had that with Sakamoto days. Oh man, Ranger reject. Yeah, pretty much. I can't think of anything they haven't included. Well, there was that one thing I showed you of it wasn't even anything important because it was like something that happened it wasn't in the chapter. It was like it was like an afterward type of thing. So they've been pretty faithful with everything that's been going on in the actual manga. Oh wait, what the they couldn't hear you momentarily. What the hell?
Really?
Yeah, I think I accidentally hit my knob for your audio. Yeah, I didn't want them to hear you anymore. Yeah, they've heard enough.
I mean, I must have said something to offend you, but basically what I said was that I love the show, passing it, and been having fun watching it, and all that jazz.
Well, I will pass it as well, so let's put y'all on the pass screen.
I was straight up muted.
You passed this time.
Yeah, hopefully it was just like a brief thing. I didn't press it, so I think I just like accidentally clicked it. I don't know.
You just love to silence me, don't you?
Said the EA will not be silenced. Nice try, Sasuke. Oh, you got me. All right.
Oh man.
Next anime tonight is none other than Dandadan, Season 2, Episode 6.
This is also a Killer Pass episode.
It is.
And Satsuki, where do you want to start with this one?
I don't know, because I feel like half of this episode was important or relevant, and the other half felt super fillerish.
It did. Maybe it's going to lead somewhere next episode.
Yeah, I was so confused where we went with this episode, because like I said, it's such a stark contrast. The first half, okay, so we basically continue on with the exorcism of Evil Eye. We got these guys, we got these rock stars, Hayase.
Oh, well,
Hayase.
I guess before we even get that, because the way we left off in the first or the other episode, we thought it was going to be a big fight with Evil Eye and stuff. They threw the water back on him, and he was just like, sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to. So, yeah, essentially what was a crisis got averted in like 2 seconds. All right, continue.
Yeah, Evil Eye is just a gag right now. That's not to say that's going to be a constant thing, but they're basically treating it as like you get a little crazy when you're hungry, like that type of thing, where it's just like
have a Snickers.
Yeah. But yeah, we got these guys, Hayase show up, and
dude, I liked them. I thought,
yeah, they're pretty cool.
I didn't know what to expect, because first of all, I'm like, these guys are the embodiment of 80s hair metal, the way that they look, the way that they sound, the way that they just are drawn. So I was just like, where are they going to go with this? And then they were stumbling at the beginning. I'm like, oh God, this is going to be fucking terrible. And then they got the laser lights, and they got the show and the band, and then the music sounded really fucking cool too. I was just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I caught myself doing this, and then as soon as I was doing that, Okaroon and all of them were doing that too.
Yeah.
That was great.
At first Ira was kind of hating, and then even she was she got in on it. But I thought the interesting thing with these guys were that they couldn't see spirits. So they were exorcists who were very effective, or at least they don't bear the same risk as other exorcists, because with them not being able to see spirits, they can't really suffer any like possession or anything with spirits. Like the same temptation or risk doesn't apply to them because they can't see it. And they've used music. I forgot how Seiko said it exactly, but they basically use music to echo spirits into the soul of another entity. So the power of music.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah. What that ends up leading to is again them trying to exorcise Evil Eye out of Gigi's body, which is working. It's happening. Momo's holding him down. Seiko's doing her thing, and they're about to kill him until Gigi decides, "Don't do it. I said I was going to play with them.
I promised I'd do this for all eternity, and that he would be okay with it as long as I just did this."
Yeah.
I don't know how I felt about that.
I mean, the way I feel about it is the way I felt when it first happened, when he first allowed the possession to happen, essentially. Which I mean, I think that fits Gigi's character. He's
but this thing is so dangerous. Like
yeah,
you have to walk on eggshells everywhere you go, and you're basically sacrificing everybody's, I don't know, goodwill.
Yeah,
to like keep you not transforming.
Yeah, which I think that's what makes it interesting. It's not the fact that he wants to save him in the first place, because like I said, given his character, it's kind of like a given. We all aren't surprised by that. But I think what makes it more interesting is that he is putting people at risk. And it's not just people like Seiko, Okaru, Momo, Ira. It's people who are in his school, because if it rains, drop of water, anything, he's putting a whole bunch of people at risk. So I really want them to get into that whole scene of Gigi having to come to terms with putting people at risk to try to save this one spirit. Because, yeah, like you said, that is very dangerous. This is so, his name is Evil Eye. Not this,
right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to, I don't want to profile the man or anything like that, but he's kind of shown himself to be evil. He literally got an evil eye. His name is Evil Eye. He said he wanted to kill a whole bunch of humans. I think it's safe to assume he might be evil.
And one of the characters I hate the most out of this series, Ira, had me agreeing with her when she said, that's a very selfish thing, to do something like that. That's incredibly dangerous, and that puts a burden on all other people. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's her. That fits with her character. But at the same time, I'm just like, she's right.
Yeah,
that's very, very true. Because, I mean, I know they're talking this whole thing about family and we stick together, and yeah, okay, fine, I get it. If you need a couple of bucks, I'll help you out. And rent's coming up. You may be a little behind. You can pay me back. You are going to literally fucking kill me if you get cold water touched to your body. And that could be. We saw it. Accidentally spilled some soy sauce on his hand, and he turned. It rained, and he turned.
Destroyed the house. I mean, that's a concrete consequence right now, is the home being destroyed, because they had to get cardboard to patch things up, and they got like a whole split in the room they had to walk over. So they have an actual consequence to Gigi's selfishness in this case.
Right, exactly. And that's why I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's eventually going to work itself out. I think that's where they're going to lead it to eventually. Like maybe Gigi's going to talk to Evil Eye and kind of like turn it somehow. But boy, that, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it would be fun. Okarun waking up in the middle of the night. Gigi has to go to the bathroom, and he's just like half asleep, like, you go wash your hands. I'm going to turn on the hot water. Okay, wash your hands. And then even Momo, dead asleep, just like, is everything good? And they're like, yeah, it's good. Okay, shuts the door.
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
Yeah, so it's putting a burden on other people, but it is something that Seiko and Momo have already done with Okarun, and it's something that, because they get more into why Okarun helped, because he was one of the first people to say, I want to help Gigi, that's my friend. He again he got the grace from Seiko, where she helped him out, and he wanted to repay that favor by like literally paying her back with money. But she, of course, doesn't accept it, and she tells him instead, pay the favor forward, help somebody else the way we helped you out. And that's what he ends up doing with Gigi, because I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's something similar that he's going through with the whole Turbo Granny situation. Because they did a lot as far as it pertained to trying to exorcise that spirit out of him, and keeping him safe, and not just like, and
reuniting his nuts.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, he paid the favor forward, and he's that is his friend. Ira having her position was good. It's always good to, or it's always nice to see when there's not a monolith of an opinion, because we get to see conflicts that are difficult explored when there's characters like Ira who are going to be a lot more abrasive. You know, she's not as nice like Momo or Okarun, so she's going to kind of tell things how she sees it. So yeah, I think we needed her perspective, because we can't have everybody go like, oh, it's okay, Gigi, you're cool and everything. Somebody has to say, you're literally endangering all of us.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'd probably be the same way. Even if he was my friend, I'd be like, I understand what you're trying to say. You want to protect him and everything. You said you would. This is an evil spirit, man. Do you really want to chance that? But yeah, that's just my 2 cents about it. But it did have a really cool scene involving that rock moment, and I love how even like the ghosts that they summoned, because I can't see them, were partying and like rocking with them. I'm like, that's cool. Yeah. I enjoyed that.
So the thing that's happening now is our Okarun, or I guess really everybody, they're training to be able to suppress Evil Eye, because as Turbo Granny has already said, Evil Eye is something that's going to get stronger and stronger. So the more this whole thing festers, the worse things will be for them in terms of keeping Evil Eye suppressed. So Okarun is trying his best to make sure he'll be able to fight Evil Eye if he ever comes out. Momo's doing the same, and Gigi's trying to harness his spiritual power so that he'll be able to maintain his hold.
That's right.
So yeah, everybody's doing their part.
Sit up straight. Do this with your hands. That's how you get it done, and that's how you focus the spirit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happens. We go to the next day of school, and we see Ira's regiment every morning of putting on her face, and I was just like, wow. I forget that women have to do that every day. Well, not all women, but women that have to do that.
And this is the section of this episode where it's just like, wait, what are we doing exactly? Because that whole thing of Ira doing that took a minute, and it was like, wait, this isn't important to anything. I thought it was going to lead to something, and it didn't. It was just showing her morning routine. I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. It just, I guess if anything, I was just like, oh yeah, there are people that literally do that every day. Whenever they wake up, they put on their face. We did learn that Momo rustles around when she sleeps. She's a person that, I don't know what they call those. Like they just sleep. They toss and turn and sleep, I guess.
Like wild sleepers.
Yeah. And that's what Momo was. Because when she woke up, like her feet was in Ira's face, and she's just like, I forgot what she said, but she was just like, my God, or something like that.
Yeah, and then Ira does like, I think she like not grinds her teeth, but she does, actually that might be it. She might, I think she does grind her teeth or something like that.
Yeah, I think they said, yeah, because both these women are after Okarun's nuts, and not in the Golden Balls way either. Essentially, it was just like, Okarun, Momo tosses and turns in her sleep. Oh, yeah? Well, she grinds in her sleep. Yeah, well, they just kept calling themselves Piggy and Ugly.
Yeah, Pig and Ugly, yeah.
Pig, ugly, pig, ugly.
Honestly, that's the only... I don't mind Ira at all. I definitely think you dislike Ira more than I do.
Yeah, but I know I do.
I think the only thing I don't like about her character is the whole love triangle thing that exists when she's into the whole thing, because for one, I don't think it's going to lead anywhere. And I'm not a person who typically enjoys characters like this, whose part of their whole thing is being love struck, You know what I mean? Because I feel like it gets to a point where it's like it's just obsessive, and she's not of course, but it just I don't know. It just I feel like it takes away from the agency from the character, where it makes them just all centered on this person. You know what I mean?
Right. Because when you have moments where, like I said, she does kind of like shine a little bit, where she kind of is abrasive. She doesn't have a dog in the fight as far as family, so she can say, "You're a liability, Gigi, and you're going to like that stuff." I'm like, okay, talk your talk. But I agree, when she's very much just like staring at Okarun the whole time, just doing the goo goo eyes, and I'm just that's something I don't even understand why she even likes him. I know she got like smacked in the head and lost a couple of brain cells, but I don't get the love obsession. It just makes zero sense.
Couple smacks to the head, Okarun going to look like Denzel Washington to you.
I guess. And then that's probably why she's all, he's so dreamy. She doesn't even see Okarun. She just sees Denzel.
And then after that whole thing, because Okarun goes to school, Momo decides she needs a part-time job because she wants to pay for some of the expenses for the house being destroyed, which I don't know what part. I mean, not that I don't know, but I don't think there's a part-time job that's going to pay enough for her to get renovations for the house the way it's destroyed.
Also, doesn't Seiko like get money by doing her exorcisms or whatever she does? Isn't she kind of like well off?
Yeah, but I don't know how well off.
I mean, must not be. She spends her whole day smoking, drinking booze, and looking hot. I mean, that only gets you so far.
Yeah, because she still penny pinches because she won't even let Momo. She won't even buy a phone from Momo. So it's not like
that's true.
It's not like they have that big estate in a big house, but it's not like
all by itself.
Yeah, I almost say they live frugal, but they don't live it up. They don't go crazy with all their expenses and whatnot. It kind of live regular, with the exception of how big the house is. But yeah, she decides to get a part-time job, and her friends, Muko and me, yeah, they go like, oh, so that means Okarun is not going to walk home with you, and they just kidnap him. Like literally, they're dragging him across town.
Every time he tried to get up in the train, they put him down, and nobody did anything. Yeah, that's one of those things where you see people getting sex trafficked and everything, where you would just. I think I see somebody just being held against their will. Every time they stand up, they're being told to sit down. I think we need someone over here ASAP.
And that was the more subtle thing. Like I said, there were moments where Okarun was like grabbing on to post, and they were ripping him off the post. And then there was another moment where they literally dragged him to the what we see at the end at a maid cafe.
They were going like across the, when they were walking across the street where there was like a little sidewalk and everything, going across traffic and everything. People were doing this.
Yeah.
They were recording him and taking pictures. I'm like, call the police.
That's the double standard, man. They saw the two women get the guy, and they were just like, if it was the other way around, oh my God. Two women and guys. Oh yeah, look at anime. You can't even go 2 steps and like talk to a little girl without a police officer going, "Hey, you don't talk to little girls." I forget what anime it was, but that happened. It's like, wait, there's a misunderstanding. But a girl stealing a guy? Oh, young love, those little scamps. Just fucking look at that. He's holding onto a pole. He's screaming bloody murder. Oh, he's just so cute. Yeah, like everything about that would lead people to go, yeah, this is not like some fun date or whatever they were trying to say it was. He's literally being held against his will and nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, that's like that show. I forget what it was called, but it was I think it was called What Would You Do? And it was that hidden camera show where it would always be like certain situations where if something was happening to somebody, would real people intervene? And I remember seeing a couple of those where they did the whole gender reverse, where it was like if a guy was doing this or if a girl was doing that. And some people would ignore it if it was a certain gender, and some people would step in and go, "Hey, don't do that."
Yeah.
And then the host would intervene, and after everything was said that it was just fake and just for a show. Hey, so can you tell me why you intervened? And their reactions are always the same, because that's the good thing to do.
Yeah.
That's the noble and honest thing to do, and it's like nobody did that.
Yeah. But at the end we see that the place that Momo's working at is a maid cafe, which is so embarrassing. Look at you, Momo, making money, having to make cute gestures and I don't know, pour ketchup on my rice.
And then give it a love spell. Q, Q, Q.
Yeah. So I don't know what this is going to lead to. I don't know if I don't know if shit. Maybe Okaru was going to work at the maid cafe for all we know. I don't know.
Okaru, after this, he's gonna learn to stand up for himself and have a fucking spine. I mean, he has a literal power of a spirit inside him. He could have dashed out of there if he wanted to, but he just no.
He didn't even need to do that.
Do nothing.
Because we know he's been training to use his power better. So like he's actually muscular now. It's not like he's the wimp that he was from episode 1. So he shouldn't have been either they're strong as shit.
Right.
He just wanted to get dragged around the city.
It's the power of the Garu.
Yeah.
They just when a Garu has her mind made up, she could pull you anywhere. Ask Gojo with Marin. She literally takes his hand and he's just like, "Whoa."
Yeah. But no, that's pretty much the episode. This is a killer pass week for Dandadan, so I'll go first this time.
Oh, Dandadan, you're so fucked. Okay, go ahead.
It's a pass for me. I thought this second half of this episode wasn't as strong. I think in totality, this episode was. I think this episode still was good, even though I'm not really like too crazy about what was happening at the end of it. Just because I thought the first half of it was so strong, and I think that's really gearing up towards a lot of different things as it pertains to Gigi. I really want them to go in with how selfish of a move it is to keep Evil Eye. I want him to. This is going to sound sadistic, but I want him to suffer for his decision. Because I feel like it just makes it more it makes his decision more worthwhile that he made it, in that it's a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? It wasn't an easy thing for him to say, I want to keep this evil spirit inside of me because I made a promise. You know, I'm sure he understands the implications and the consequences that follow if things go awry. So
yeah,
I want to see more of that. I think is a very great direction to take his character, and just in general, I think that's a really good plot. But this series built up enough good credit to have a whatever second half of an episode, and that's kind of inconsequential. So I am passing.
As long as we don't start talking about why Okaru can't get an erection this second half, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
If we like I call this the Matencei route. If we go the route of Matencei, then we're done. But no, it's been fun. This first half was really solid. I enjoyed the rock legends just rocking out, because even the song was good. Like I said, I was bobbing my head. I was like, okay, we're gonna exercise it. And then it was just kind of over before it even began, where it's just like, yeah, you guys don't have to do this anymore. You can go.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my card if you ever need me, which makes me think that they'll be back because they gave him the card. And that would be cool. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So it's a pass for me too.
You know what it is? There'll probably always be there'll probably always be an option for if things go too crazy. And maybe it'll be like, it's like maybe it's something that Gigi considers at one point, but he still goes on with trying to maintain evil eye inside his body. But yeah, it's definitely going to be something that persists. Oh, Decrepit Storm posted the thing that he was talking about with the hierarchy from My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, because I was confused when he was talking about that. I was just like, talking about, but okay. Now that I have actual pictures, I know what he's talking about. So I was like, okay, I get it.
All right. So we are moving on to. Oh wait! I didn't put it on the pass screen. Wait!
Gotta pass it first.
You pass this time.
All right.
All right. So before we go any further, if you are new, subscribe if you're new. Give us a like. This helps with the algorithm and it gets people watching. We got 9 people watching us currently. Thank you all for giving us a watch. It's really, really appreciated.
Yes. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat, or we always have in the description a link to a Google Doc where you can submit questions and then we'll answer it next podcast. Always an option available to you if you want to take it. But the next show we're talking about is none other than Kaoru Hana, episode 5.
We had drama last episode.
Yeah. And we got brewing drama next episode. But
maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is my favorite show. That
really,
yeah,
of the season.
Yeah, thus far.
Wow.
I think because My Dress Up Darling is a close second for me. But this show has been my favorite thus far. We said it last podcast. When we got what we got at the end of episode 4, most romance series in that situation would just lead to a lot of melodrama and nonsense and an arc we just don't look forward to. We kind of groan at seeing, but we kind of accept it because that's just a thing that we see commonly in these shows. And again, when we talked about it last podcast, we both were confident that the show wasn't going to bullshit. It wasn't going to do the typical stuff that plagues romance shows and just drags out things and makes it unbearable. And it almost feels like a rite of passage with these shows sometimes. But yeah, this show, almost at every turn where it could go wrong, it usually does the right thing. And I think that's very refreshing. So I just wanted to say that off rip.
Yeah, it's doing its thing. It's doing a really good thing. And the characters are nice. And also, huge shout out to Rintaro's friends for just being absolutely just understanding human beings and not stupid idiots that we usually get when it comes to friends. Whoa, is this something I said? I don't understand. Why is he upset with us? They actually understand emotion. Thank God.
In most shows, what would have happened when we got the last episode? We would have had the friends literally like fight. There would have literally been a fight.
Yeah, they push each other. What do you know about it? Yeah, well, you are stupid and you're an idiot. Okay, you know what? I don't want to be friends anymore. Yeah, it would be something that stupid. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, so now there is still something lingering because Rintaro and Saku haven't officially made up, but we're seeing an arc for them to reconcile because Saku has an issue with Kikyo girls that's deeper than just the typical beef that exists between the Kikyo and Chidori classes. There's something deeper there that we haven't really resolved with Saku. Just in his conversation that he had with Subaru last when they met, because he was extra. He was very vindictive in how he was talking to her. And you could say rightfully so, because I mean, it's not like she was being pleasant either. But there was a little more sauce added to it, and like I said, in the typical beef that exists between Chidori and Kikyo, there was something extra there, and we don't know exactly what's going on with him, but from Rintaro's perspective, kind of doesn't want to explain what's going on with him and Kaoru. That's why he lied in the first place about them meeting up, and now he's kind of not divulging all there is to know to his friends. But
yeah,
his friends are understanding thus far.
Yeah, and I like how they went about it that way too, because I thought I was wondering how they were gonna go about this, if it was gonna be another thing to where they, like you said, start a fight or anything dumb like that. No, Rintaro, he didn't necessarily lie. He basically just said, I can't tell you, or I don't want to tell you, which isn't a lie. It's essentially saying it's something, but I don't want to tell you what that is. And I appreciate the show for doing that, because I'm like, yeah, okay. Some people may look at that as like unnecessary drama, but there's a time and a place for when you want to tell people stuff. And I don't think in the middle of the class, when the teacher, by the way, the teacher's the slowest teacher in the world. All right, you two, break it up. After 5 minutes go by.
I mean, the teacher seems like one of the guys. He
does.
Yeah.
Just, all right, let's get back to studying, clean up all this shit. Let's go. But yeah, freaking, that's what happened with that. But his other friends gave a nice kind of like reassurance, basically saying, well, that was the first time Rintaro was really open about anything. And, you know, it's obviously something that he doesn't want to tell us as of yet. But just, you know, whenever he wants to tell us, we'll be there for him. And I'm just like, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That is a true friend right there, that understand just whatever you have troubling you and whatever you're going through, and that they're willing to be patient and wait for you just to hear your side of things. I'm like, that's how you make good friends.
Yeah.
That's how you do it in anime.
Yeah. I think they did a good job of explaining Saku's position too, because his position was what was one of the things that made him a lot more mopey was that he felt that Rintaro wasn't trusting of trusting his friends enough to divulge certain info, which he has been lying here and there. He's been omitting things and just trying to keep things with him and Kaoru under wraps. And Saku sees his secretiveness as, again, him just not trusting his friends. It's a little more to it than that, but honestly, that is a part of it, you know, because he did think that they may react back to him talking to Kaoru. So on that end, he thinks that, you know, or he's cognizant of the fact that maybe if I tell them this, they'll talk down on Kaoru, and that's going to, like, you know, damage our relationship, and he doesn't want that. So he is afraid of that. And he always carries a lot of anxiety. But yeah, that was one of the reasons why Saku was depressed, because he realizes that Rintaro isn't totally trusting of his friends. But yeah, I think he got a good talking to from the other guys that made him see things more to reason. Again, these two, Saku and Rintaro, haven't made up yet, but you could definitely see it happening pretty soon.
Yep. it's not going to be a last episode of the season where it's like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have hit you in the face. I didn't mean to call you those names. Yeah. I think, if anything, probably by the next episode, it'll just be good. It's like, okay, I think I'll just tell you what's going on. There's a girl. I like her. Her name's Kaoru. She's a fat ass. And
she's a fat ass.
No, I'm kidding. She just eats like one.
Yeah. She's not actually fat. So we got to talk about a character who is shaping up to be one of the best characters, in my opinion, of this show, which is none other than Rintaro's mama.
Is it? I was about to say, is it the one that's in this very thumbnail?
Yeah, might be. Yeah. So,
my God.
First, this is just a funny moment when Rintaro told his mom about him passing his exam. She just did not buy it. I think she literally laughed at him saying that at first. She was like, "What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You never pass anything, you moron."
And then
Wait, you serious?
Yeah. And then she thought he cheated.
Yeah, who'd you cheat off? What's his name? I want to know.
And then she,
Mama didn't cheat.
And then she believed it, but was still kind of like skeptical of it. But that whole part was funny. Wait. Oh, okay. So, because he's working at the cake shop, and this is when Kaoru walks in for her daily massacre of their family's cakes. And yeah, Rintaro doesn't want to see her. He's hiding behind a that was also funny too. He's hiding he's hiding from her, but it's a glass panel, so she can literally see him, but he doesn't know that. But yeah, he tries to hide from Kaoru, and it's like, again, this is not. It's like when a game has choices, where it's like, yeah, you have choices, and there's a bad ending and a good ending. It seems like this show consistently picks the good ending, because I feel like a lot of rom-coms in this instance would go, all right, this is the perfect time to drag out these two characters not talking and cause the rift between them that they had to overcome later and blah, 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 blah. So Rintaro tries to hide from Kaoru. Kaoru, either doesn't see Rintaro or pretends not to see him. Mom
or
just
distracted by cake.
Yeah, or that too. Mom just looks at Rintaro because he's telling her, "Shh, don't tell her I'm here," and she just goes, "My son passes exams," and I was like,
"Yes,
I
agree."
She was not going to allow
applause.
Yeah, she wasn't going to allow the melodrama to take over the series, and I appreciate that.
She said, "Oh, you want to go for 300 chapters? Let's make it 10."
She wants some grandkids now. She's like, "Please stop playing."
I want grandkids now. Kaoru is our best customer. She is going to put our grandkids through college just by her eating, and we're going to be set for life.
Yeah.
Yes, but I like that too. I like that because how many times did we have either those parents or friends that's like, tell her I'm not here, and it's just like, yeah, they're just not here for some reason. Why do you keep looking down? No reason, just I got a itch on my face. Yeah, she didn't waste any of that time. She was like, get your ass up here and say hi to your friend. And talk with her. But at least she was nice enough and like read the room enough to where she's just like, well, I'll let you two kids have at it, and walks out so that they could talk, because that's what good parents do. They don't just sit there and go, so is there anything you want to say to Kaoru? Oh my God. Those kind of parents drive me crazy.
She may be very pushy sometimes, but it's because he needs to push, obviously, because Rintaro's very passive, and especially when it comes to him letting his anxieties take over and like crippling him. So, his mom appropriately gives him the push, but has enough tact to just allow these two to talk, because she doesn't know what the situation is. For all she know, there could be something bad going on between the two, but it's best to just confront it instead of avoiding it. So, that was her assessment of it. And, it was the right assessment because, Rentaro was kind of tripping over nothing. So,
yeah,
there's
really
that.
was. See, this is what you would call a good mom versus Yuki's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine in that situation?
Yuki's mom would have been like, Kaoru, please make a man out of my son. And then Kaoru would have been like, I just wanted a cheesecake.
No, you want more than cheesecake. You want the whole American pie. And I'm talking about my son right here.
You want his cream and you.
Right. Oh, and by the way, if you guys want to have sex unprotected in that room over there, when I'm just have at it.
Yeah.
Just go to town like a bunch of squirrels.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about Yuki's mom. She's
Jesus
example
Christ.
of what not to do. But and there's more things we're going to talk about with Rentaro's mom, but just to go in chronological order. Kaoru and Rentaro have their conversation, and Kaoru's advice for when you're in a rut, when you're depressed, is to eat. And I went, no. That works for you, because for whatever reason, anime women don't gain weight when they eat, except for like that one time in Chihaya Furu.
Oh my god, yes.
But yeah, you don't gain weight. That's not a good advice to give people, to just eat when they feel stressed. That's not a good thing. But I understand what she means, doing something that you enjoy to get you out of that rut. Because I think one thing that's becoming apparent with Rentaro is that he doesn't have the desire for him to get out of these situations. He doesn't pursue things in a way he should. And that was something that his mom talks about later. But yeah, he needs like a hobby or something to kind of anchor him when he's feeling down.
For sure. He needs to, he's a big guy, and he's got, I don't know how, it seems like he's strong. Maybe he's got some energy. Maybe he could play some basketball. He's tall enough. He could be a center. Get that rebound.
Yeah, he could. For sure.
Yeah, just play with everybody on Kokoro no Basket and just be with them. Definitely need something. I feel like we all do in this world, because if we don't have anything, we just kind of waste away in a way.
Yeah. But after his conversation with Kaoru, he goes into great detail about how she's cleared up like his clouded heart, like his anxieties and whatever. So yeah, he's clearly falling more and more in love, whether he puts that label on it or not.
Carl was taken back too, because she saw him genuinely laugh.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's true. That's true.
Because he was laughing at her ridiculous advice of eating your pain away.
Shit.
He was just like, you stupid idiot. What are you talking about? Eat my pain away.
It only works for you, badass.
But she was taken aback by the fact that he like showed that side to her, like that laugh, that genuine laugh, and it definitely probably filled her heart with all that joy that Rintaro said about her.
Yeah,
these two are just in love. Just go out already, please.
Well, the next part, what happens next is Rentaro actually shows the exam, the midterm to his mom, and she's actually genuinely surprised. She was like, "Wow, I thought you were lying."
Wow, I thought you were a criminal. You actually passed something without cheating?
Yeah.
That's my boy.
And, she's kind of questioning, why did he work so hard and everything. And I forgot if he told her explicitly, but of course we know the reason of him wanting to participate in the sports festival, with all his friends. And the mom just, expresses her joy that Rentaro is working hard towards something because, like you said, with people needing hobbies, it's the same thing with desires. Like your desires fuel you to live. Like even if it's something simple, like I don't know, I wanna make money to buy a Switch or something. That fuels you to do things. You need desires, you need hobbies, you need activities to do. And I think Rentaro has been kind of walking around like a zombie, devoid of those things, where he's kind of just coasting on life. And his mom talks about how he used to like just give up on things very quickly. Kind of just like his anxieties take over. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's better to try and fail than to not try at all. And I think Rentaro's whole thing is he's been just avoiding trying. And we see a brief flash of Rentaro as a kid, and he has black hair because, of course, he dyed his hair. But we didn't know that Rentaro's mom natural hair was black, so she dyed her hair, which I found interesting because I was thinking like they intentionally showed that, so I'm thinking she dyed her hair because of Rentaro. It's kind of like you've seen like cancer patients when they're losing their hair and then their dad may cut off all their hair to make them feel like they're not alone. And I think that's what happened with her dyeing her hair, is that she knew the anxiety that was going on within Rentaro, and she wanted to make him feel like we're in on it together.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I didn't even notice that till you said that. But yeah, that's a very interesting little tidbit, I guess. But yeah, Rentaro's mom's pretty cool. The fact that she's willing to dye her hair to match with her son's, basically saying that I'm glad you have something to work towards. She kind of does the whole where she's not prying, but she basically tells her son that I trust you enough to where I don't have to worry about you. And, I just wanted you to know that I'm proud of you. That's essentially what she said. And, fills my heart with joy hearing stuff like that, especially because there are just some people in this world that's all they want to hear from their parents. And then that'll just keep them going for another day. There are some people that never even heard their parents or dad or whoever say, I love you or anything like that. Just those little things of encouragement they do more than what people think. Yeah. And I feel like, as a parent myself, I just kind of learned that, just understand that your son is where he is in life and respect the fact that there are some things that he's going to tell you and some things that he's obviously never going to tell you, and that's totally fine. But just let him know that I'm always here. I think that's what I got from that. And Rentaro's mom is, as Decrepit Storm puts it here, the GOAT. she's pretty great.
Yeah. Just to further talk about the whole dyeing hair thing, I feel because it's a cool moment, but I feel like we don't really get to properly appreciate it. I mean, we as Americans, because of like our culture, dyeing your hair isn't that big of a deal.
That's right,
but in
Japan, it's like, wow.
Like they'll look at you. I mean, just think about it in the way that people have been looking at Rentaro and even Subaru. Because Subaru I don't even think her hair is dyed. I think that her hair is natural. She just gets made fun of because of her hair color. But it's one of those instances where you're looked at as a delinquent or like a troublemaker if your hair is like that. So I think it means more that she dyed her hair especially into adulthood where people may not take you serious. I wouldn't be surprised if she's lost customers because of that. Them going like, who the fuck? They got gang members in here now,
right?
So-
Yeah, no, that's also another good point that you brought up because I forgot, but it's true though when it comes to like dyeing hair, especially if it's, I mean that's essentially why anime characters have such bright and lavish kind of like just out there colored hairs is because it's kind of like against societal norms that is Japan where it's like everybody looks the same, everybody has the same thing, but anime is an expression of that where it's like this person has pink hair, this person has red hair, not red as in redhead, legit red hair. And yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, you're right about that.
So the last part of the episode, which again, it seems like the series keeps doing this. It's making us a little worried where we're like, where are we going to go with this? Because Subaru has a she's about to have a cryptic talk with Kaoru about Rentaro. She's meeting her at a park at night. Kaoru astutely points out, can't we just do this? We go to the same school, right? Can't we do this like tomorrow? And then she's like, no.
So late.
No, I need to do it now. So, I don't know what's going to come of this conversation. We've already talked about the whole Subaru thing and like, because she's already tried to get Rentaro to not hang out with Kaoru. So we don't know if this is her trying that again or I don't know. Giving Kaoru an ultimatum. I have no idea.
I think it's going to be the same thing, but instead with Kaoru, because I forget what she said, but the last words of her were something like, I talked with Rentaro the other day, which if she really wanted to get a certain way, she should I fucked him yesterday and really just mess with her on a psychological level and just really be like, you did what? But no, I don't think this series would do that. But I think it's going to be yet another one of those. I talked with him the other day. I told him to stay away from you. Here are my reasons why. Because I feel like she probably feels like it would be like lying to her if she didn't tell her. You know what I mean? If she like it was just something that she kept from him or from her. And she's probably going to say something and then she's going to probably try to stress the same thing. I think for your better interest, you shouldn't see Rentaro anymore, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to have another scene where she's going to say, have more faith in me. Have more faith in my friends and who I like and stay out of my business.
Yeah. Because that's where we're the crossroads that we're at right now is Subaru going to come clean and I don't know, press the issue in a more tactful manner, or is she going to try to be a manipulator? I feel, given the good faith the show has built up, it's going to be the former, where she tries to keep Kaoru away from Subaru, but in a more tasteful manner. She kind of already backdoored Kaoru by talking to Rentaro first, but this time take a more frontal approach to it. I'm just really hoping that she doesn't take the route of trying to manipulate Kaoru in a way. I don't know. I don't even know how she would do that, but I'm going to have faith that she doesn't try that.
I hope not either. Like if she tries to say, I saw him with another woman or, like he tried to hit on me or something stupid like that, I may just get a little pissed because this series is starting so good. And for it to just do something so just unnecessarily like lowbrow, I feel like would just be unnecessary and unwarranted for this series, because this series is pretty much almost like trying to show us how a romance is supposed to feel when it's natural.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just this weird, just misunderstandings of shit and not talking to people.
It's
to clear
always
it up.
it's always typically with these high school romances, it's always this push and pull that needs to exist. And this is why we always got to relate like a real life stuff. Yes, there are ups and downs in relationships, but that's typically when you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? They do the whole push and pull thing when the characters aren't even together. It's always like some arbitrary nonsense inserted in it. And it's like, I feel if this happened in real life, people just wouldn't get with each other. Like, how would I feel if I tried to get with a girl and then in the middle of it, I don't know, her big sister comes in there and she's like, you're not fit to be with my sister. And then I don't know, then the next day, like, I don't know, I'm getting a threat or something from her. I'm not even going to, I'm not going to deal with her. I'm like, what? That's typically what I think that's a natural thing that would happen. Yeah, but these shows always do the push and pull thing where it's like, all right, progression, resistance, progression, resistance, This show thus far has just been progression with resistance sliding through as they progress. It's like we're just going kind of on a bumpy road here and there instead of just fucking stopping the car completely and then like pushing it the other direction. That's what usually happens with a lot of romance series. It's like, all right, let's put this good progression to a complete halt and do some bullshit to where, I don't know, he fucking says the wrong name when he's talking to her on the phone and that causes her to not talk to him for a week or something.
Who's Brittany?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Brittany?
No, I was talking to my Siri, my Siri phone.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, they always have to have that fake drama, that artificial out of nowhere drama.
Yeah.
But this series is not really had that much. And even if there is drama, I think we brought this up before, it's very understanding and natural. And like Subaru, as much where I was just like, oh, I don't know. I definitely understand where she's coming from when she says that she cares so much about Kaoru and wants her to be successful. And that's why, you know, she didn't force it. She didn't say, you better not see her again or so help me. No, she essentially just said, please, as a favor to me, just don't do it. I'm going to
give you a brief example of a show doing what this show did or being at the same point this show was with the whole Subaru thing and going in a completely horrible direction. First, Chris Lawrence said, I think my favorite part of the episode was the fact his mom said she was happy because he tried hard and it paid off, not because of the grades. Yeah, not the results, but the determination it took to get there, because that's an indicator of his desire and like him just being a more positive person. Because like I said, he's been kind of like moping around and things are looking up and she's taking note of that.
And she understands he's not going to be a straight A student, and you got to give your kids those, those parts in life where you're just like, that's a success. You know, you understand your kid's not going to be perfect, so you still give it to him.
Yeah. He just picks up the phone and says, "Hey, fat ass."
What did you call me? I said, damn, that ass. How's it going?
Okay, so
all right, what's the show?
Citrus.
Oh, great!
Already a bad start. Yes, I know. There's a moment where the two main characters, the love interests, their names are Yuzu and Mei. So there comes the third wheel. Her name is Matsuri. She has a fondness for one of the characters, Yuzu. So she inserts herself into Yuzu and Mei's budding relationship. So what she does is she goes to Mei, tells her to stay away from Yuzu, and to make sure that happens, what she tries to do is to set May up on a date with like some grown ass men so they could probably assault her.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, it was like one of those things.
If Subaru does that this next episode, I may just have to kill it because this is 5. The other one will be 6. It'll be gone by then. Like it won't go.
Well, that's interesting. The killer passer is at this big crossroads, but even if it goes in a more dramatic fashion, I feel like this series again has built up enough good credit to where we will hear it out. Other shows in the same position, I don't think they'll get the same grace because it usually just ends where we figure it ends. Like we seen this story before, you know.
They get together, time skip, married, the end.
But that's it for this episode. So we got one more show to talk about, and it is probably the weirdest show to talk about. None other than the summer Hikaru died. Episode 5.
So there's more people putting stuff inside each other in this episode. Fist deep.
Listen. So it's not a question of whether these two are gay for each other. That's not a question no more. We're past that.
Yeah.
Now we're just... It ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
But they're making me uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable because they're gay. I'm uncomfortable because what the fuck is this? What fetish is this?
Well, see, that's the thing is that, you know, it's not normal to put your hand inside somebody's chest that feels like raw chicken.
You would think, but they keep doing it. So I don't know if this is normal for them or what, but I don't want to see that shit.
It's a lonely town, Sasuke. You know there's nothing to do in this town except fist raw chicken, okay?
Oh my god, it is so uncomfortable to watch. I had to do the whole watching it. I don't want to see this. I didn't even want to hear it. It's just something is.
And then it showed the raw chicken too, the nice picture perfect version of it, where you're just like, ugh, ooh, gross.
Oh my god! Like even Yoshiki like asked Hikaru like, "Are you feeling pleasure from this? Or what exactly? Why do you keep letting me do this?" I'm like, I mean, why do you keep doing it yourself? But whatever. And there was the moment where he tried to pull out, and then Hikaru hits him with the classic. He hits him with the classic. You're not pulling out. Oh my god. That was a start to an episode.
Yeah, that was surely something. You know, in this small town where there's nothing going on, we fucking monsters. That's essentially what's happening. But at the very, very beginning, really, Kaoru sees a hair monster in the bathroom. She already has a hard time wanting to go to school. Now she doesn't even want to take a shower anymore because of it. This thing's gonna become. She's gonna become a hermit at some point where she's like, I don't want to do anything.
They're gonna turn into a traditional NEET, like a stinky, doesn't go outside, no connections NEET. Like the monsters are just. It's like they want her to be one of those otakus or something.
Yeah. So hair monsters there. Then the credits roll. Then we get the chicken stuff, and then that happens. But yeah, where are the teachers in these secluded rooms? Like nobody, they love to live dangerously. It's like those, we just do it in public. It's the thrill of it all. Someone's gonna walk in and be like,
What
young
the
man,
fuck?
why is your hand wrist deep in this other person's chest?
I mean,
I could explain.
depending on the angle that you see it, you would just think that he murdered him or something.
Right. Is that boy dead? And Hikaru just waves. Yeah, hello. I'm shutting this door.
Yeah. But okay. So, speaking more about the hair monster thing, because, yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Kaoru exactly. Like, I don't know what her importance to the story is going to be thus far, because she's kind of not kind of, but yeah, kind of disjointed from the whole Hikaru thing, because although Hikaru has been playing with her and, that's a family friend type of thing, she doesn't really have much to do with that. We don't know where her story is supposed to connect with this big thing that's happening in the town yet. But yeah, she's looking more and more crazy because the parents are like, bro, there's no hair monster in the bathroom. What are you talking about? And she's already not going to school, and now the whole shower thing. I feel like that may be where they're going, where the parents are just going to get fed up, because we already know they have the parents themselves have been fighting. So this may fester into something bigger when it comes to their decaying relationship.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're already at each other's throats, and now they got, one kid fisting a monster and the other one dealing with, hair monsters. Yeah, I'm sure they're like, this is not where I wanted my life. This is not where I wanted to be. I want a divorce.
Oh my god. But so we see Tanaka briefly, and he's deciding to do shit because he was just kind of like sitting in a room, and then the people whose house he's kind of, I don't think it's their house. I think he's still at the, no, actually, no,
freeloading.
He's staying over one of their houses, but they're like, yeah, can you actually do something worth the money that we're paying you, or whatever the fuck we ordered you for? And he's like, oh, okay, I'll do something. But the bigger thing, which leads into what was a majority of the episode, is Hikaru going into the bathroom, is offering to inspect it for Yoshiki, and yeah, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah,
make it simple.
Yeah, he's in the bathroom for a long time, and Yosuke's like, "You okay in there?" And Hikaru's like, in the tub, submerged in water,
Mhm.
and then he gets pulled in. Yosuke gets pulled in, and he's he's surrounded by pillars of brains that are talking shit about him and his family, and then he thinks of a time. I don't know if it was like an actual memory that happened in the past, or if it was one that was created for this very instance, because he does eventually get, like abducted. Well, not abducted, possessed by the hair monster, and tries to kill Hikaru. And then Hikaru does the whole, well, he's biting him, and then like shoots his monster goo. I can't say it anyway. Like the stuff that's inside him, that black weird goo, and shoots it, and just he gets like shoots it out of the back of his head. He's just, what happened? I'm no longer possessed. And then eventually the hair monster like says, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," and leaves the house. And yeah, that was a whole weird transition of just events that happened, and it all just took place in a span of, I don't know, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It was just all just crazy.
Yeah. So one thing that Hikaru states is that these monsters are seemingly like more and more attracted to Yoshiki. And I mean, all of these events are happening more frequently because we know monsters already existed, but these things are seemingly happening at a higher clip because of Hikaru. So all these monsters are kind of trying to get at Yoshiki because of his I cannot say this word. Because of his connection to Hikaru. Kind of, I guess they're kind of using Yoshiki as like a hostage in a way. And that's probably going to be something that happens more often with this household. It's going to put, Yoshiki at risk, his mom, his dad, his sister. So I don't know if there's going to be a thing where Hikaru has to keep saving him for this. Because, I mean, in a way, he is the reason why this whole thing happened in the first place. Because they wouldn't mess with him if it wasn't for his connection to Hikaru in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of insane stuff. Both their clothes are just soaking wet. They're kind of drying them off at that point, as one would do in the summertime. Just a bunch of boys playing in the bathtub.
I thought someone was going to walk in on them at some point.
I almost felt the same way, like the sister or maybe the mom, like, Yoshiki, are you in here?
I can explain.
Just slowly closes the door. Just
yeah.
That that happened. Essentially, Hikaru just kind of made himself at home. He's like, "What are we having tonight, Mrs. A?" Well, we're having some chicken, raw chicken. Hooray, my favorite.
My favorite. I do like Hikaru just being I like his connection with the family. Like he's always playing with the sister and just I don't know. It seems like he uplifts that household because it just seems very dreary when he's not there. Like it doesn't seem happy at all. But when Hikaru asserts himself in it, it feels like an actual family. It seems like all the pieces connect when he's there, which is kind of crazy since he's a monster.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Right. That is the crazy thing, because it almost makes me think, what was it like when Hikaru was alive? Like, was it the same way, or is the monster making it more, I guess, like better for that family because of his presence? Who's to say? Because we'll never know, because this is all about Hikaru dying and the monster that took over his body, so to speak.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not read or watch that after credit scene, so you gotta tell me about that.
I'll tell you about it. So after credit scene happened, we get Tanaka, and he's doing that work. It's him and, like I said, big mustache man. I can't remember his fucking name, but he was there with him, and he's like, oh, this is the shrine. This is where, as you call, Nonuki-sama is. And he sees the shrine and he kicks it. And the guy's like, what are you doing? And he's like offering up a sacrifice. And he cuts his hand, rolls the bell around in blood, and he throws it there. And he's like, he's here, close. I don't know if he's here, but he's definitely been around here. And then he's like, I feel it going this way, because the hamster's doing his thing or whatever. So then he's going. And then the mustache man guy's like, man, this guy is out of his mind. But I think he's on to something. And to be quite honest, if he gets any farther into where I think he's going, I kind of want him to destroy this village.
Okay.
And that's what it leaves off of him saying that. And he's just walking, just following wherever the hamster's telling him to go. And he's just kind of humming to himself. And then it just ends.
Okay.
So, interesting. I almost wish you could have seen it, because, like, I think it was just a perfect amount of, like, ooh, what's going to happen next? Because this Tanuki guy, I also noticed with him and Yoshiki, because Yoshiki has a permanent mark starting to get bigger around his arm,
Yeah.
right there, which almost looks like the arm and he's got it around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, did he have something similar get in contact with him like that? Or maybe it was Nanuki himself that gave him that mark. So I'm just like very interested to see where that goes.
And to add on to that, that's probably also why the monsters are attracted to Yoshiki is because of that mark. Because he this episode he noted that it's becoming more more darker. So I think that mark is like, I don't know, it's like a tracking for these monsters. And yeah,
that woman told her, don't get involved with these damn things.
Yeah.
And what's he doing? Putting his fucking arm inside these damn things.
Taking a bath. She said that, and the next week he dug his hand into his chest and then took a bath with him.
He doesn't listen for shit.
If anything, it got worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like maybe her telling him, okay, Yoshiki, don't do this, because if you do, you're gonna become more with the monster. Okay, I promise to be good. And then, you do what you do with kids where you tell them no, not to do something. What do? They do it. They do the very thing you told them not to do.
Became more alluring for him. He's like, oh. Now he kind of sees it as a challenge.
The Puppet Storm said disgusting raw chicken phobia or phobia.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was calling us a phobe. No, it's I guess the genre is disgusting raw chicken phobia.
Yeah, because we're discriminating against his chicken chest.
His chicken chest. His chicken chunks.
But that does it for the summer Hikaru died. Next week will be a kill or pass week for the summer Hikaru died. So yeah. Last section we have are viewer questions. And we got one.
I'm sticking one this week.
Oh. Would you rather be in
ahead.
a wrestling anime or a hunting anime?
Huh. Kind of simple. Nothing too extreme with those. A wrestling anime or a hunting anime? What are we hunting? I guess would be the thing that I would question, because if this is like, oh, I'm just hunting white-tailed deer, okay, I guess that'd be fine. Or if it's what are we hunting? Fucking giant monsters, like Monster Hunter type of hunting. Yeah. Or anything like that. I mean, wrestling, you'd have to be in more of that physical shape, but also do they really have many wrestling animes? I feel like they have a lot of boxing animes, but not like wrestling. I feel like, okay, the only one wrestling anime I ever saw was an Ichi, and I was just like, this isn't a wrestling anime. This is something to fap to. But I would be interested if they actually gave us wrestling anime. Wrestling's great, but I'd say just for that alone, put me in a wrestling anime. Probably
that too, just because I want to mitigate any risk. I don't know how specific the hunting is going to be, or what like you said, what we're hunting exactly, because I don't know if we're hunting boars or something. I don't think I want to be there. I just take my chances wrestling. And maybe I'm not the wrestler myself. I don't know. Maybe I could just be a producer.
Right. Maybe I'm be a manager, be the guy behind the scenes talking into the microphone. Okay, tell us about how Roman Reigns is strong and John Cena and how you can't see him. Go.
Yeah. So that was the only question we had. If you have any questions for us to answer next podcast, we have it in the description. Let me make sure there's nothing in the chat. So, okay. All right. We have it in the description. All you have to do is click the link, submit your question, and then we'll answer it next podcast. But that about does it for this podcast. Special thank you to Decrepit Storm, everybody who joined us, Liquor, anybody else who may have been lurking here. We hope to see you next week, where we'll have a lot more kills and passes. Yes, our Patreon, $1. Me and EA are actually going to get together next week. What's a good day for you? We didn't specify a day.
Yeah, we didn't really. Let's see, next week. Well, let's see. This coming Sunday, I'm good, but other than that, I technically go into the office Monday through Wednesday, but then after that, like either I know Thursday we do KOA, but Friday I can do Friday if it ain't too crazy.
What time Friday would be good for you?
Any day or any time, because I'm off that day.
Okay.
So whatever time works for you on Friday.
Okay, we'll do it then. So
right.
me have a plan for what we're going to do for Patreon. So yes, we're coming with something. Just had to plan that out real quick. But yeah, our Patreon, $1. You can barely buy anything from $1, but our Patreon, check it out. A whole backlog of a slew of videos and the Watamote, the Drunken Podcast, the Pokemon, a whole bunch of things that you'll have access to just for $1 a month. So yeah, and our Blue Sky, if you want updates on when we're streaming, if there's, I don't know, an issue, if I'm like, I can't make it this Thursday and we reschedule it, it is best to go to our Blue Sky, follow us there, and then you'll have an update about anything that's going on with us. Yeah. Is there anything else?
Nah, just follow me on my channel, Everything Animated. I did write a script for, yes, I wrote a script for K-pop Demon Hunters, the movie that's sweeping the nation and is becoming one of the biggest movies in all of Netflix. It's #1 again on Netflix, by the way. Other movies have debuted, like Happy Gilmore 2 and all these other things. There's movies that premiere every week. And K-pop Demon Hunters is still #1, even as we speak, which I'm just like, I better do it now, because once the popularity dies out, I'll regret it. So want to give it its praise, because War of the Worlds may be the worst movie of 2025, but K-pop Demon Hunters is one of the best.
Oh,
so you can follow me there.
Understood. And me, Sasuke the Savage, Sasuke the Savage, my Twitch, play a whole slew of games and whatnot. Check me out. Probably want to play something tomorrow. Always do something on the weekend. But again, appreciate everybody who joined us tonight. Anybody watching the VOD, please share the video. Yeah, we're out. Have a good one.